The calendar sets before us once more the story of the man who is possessed by demons. And this story speaks to us of our freedom and of our nature. The Church Fathers, particularly people like St. Gregory Palamas, warn us that when we are obedient to God, we belong to God. But when we persistently choose sin and evil, we give ourselves to Satan, because we are created with a nature to be free. And when we persistently choose evil, we distort, we pervert that nature within us. We lose our freedom, we give away our liberty. St. John Chrysostom says, there is nothing more tyrannical over a human being than a habit of small sin. In fact, he says, such a thing can even change our very nature. I'm sure we could compile a list of great, big sins that few of us have committed, but when it comes to those small sins, we allow ourselves the small sins of thought and action almost on a daily basis. We consider them as nothing. We overlook them in ourselves. And yet St. John Chrysostom says, these may be deadly, because we may not even try to repent of these kinds of sins. And we allow them to change our nature. We become enslaved. Like the man who was exorcised of the demons, he was held in chains. He was bound. We are bound and enslaved when we commit these kinds of sins, when we allow habits of sin to form in us. But that story of the possessed man reminds us also that Jesus crossed the lake to encounter him, a symbol of the way Christ was incarnate. He entered into our world that he may encounter each of us, that he may bring healing to us, that he may offer liberation and freedom to every one of us. So, let us remember too that the demons, when they saw him, they recognized Christ, and they were afraid of him. They understood his power, his authority over them. You and I do not face the habits of sin that are ingrained within us alone. Yes, we must have an active will, force of will, but also we do so with Christ with us, in his full power and authority. The demons were afraid of him. How much more so will those minor sins that we've almost overlooked within ourselves be vanquished by Christ through an active will, joining ourselves to him, giving ourselves, choosing him, that our nature may be restored, that we may be set free of our sin.